Hello and welcome to Terraria. My name is Todd, also known as Magic, and this is of course Terraria. Last time we left off, delving into the dungeon, also getting a couple other things done, like killing Queen Bee a bunch. Actually, did we even go into the dungeon last time? I think it was mostly just killing Queen Bee, weren't we? You might notice I'm back in my meteorite set. The purpose for this being is that I've decided to stick with magic, as in my summoner playthrough, things kind of got rough around hard mode, so I wanted to stick with magic. I will be using summons, and I will be using them, and probably getting some of the items for them, so I can have like some defenses while I'm doing things like building and whatnot, but for the time being I'm going to focus on magic, and that will be our main goal. So now that we're in where we are, with Journey's End and everything, there's some things that I wanted to focus on, and that is mostly just getting our NPCs happiness up. So a lot of the Journey's End updates I didn't really have a chance to talk about last time, as I was kind of rushing and wanted to get Queen Bee killed because I knew I could do it at that point. Some of the big things, of course, are the bestiary, which this lists off every enemy you've killed, and kind of describes how complete you are with killing them. So if you filled out their entries here, that means that you're kind of done. You know what the enemy quote-unquote drops. It does list also NPCs and all the different little critters and things like that. But yeah, so filling that out gets you some cool rewards. However, the chance of us filling it completely out, as you can imagine, there's only 7.3, 31% unlocked, and there's 520 entries in total. I probably won't be doing that in this playthrough, just because it'll take too much time. However, we will be defeating all bosses, as stated before. That's just something we will be doing. What else? This part I was going to go down to Hell and start building our platform to fight the Wall of Flesh, and that is something we will definitely want to do, but like I stated, with the changes in 1.4, NPC happiness became a thing. So if I talk to them, he says the number of neighbors is me a little unsettled. I like the scenery in the forest. A good view attracts customers. So he doesn't like how many people there are in this building, and this building's now overcrowded. So we need to change that. The only way to change that is by creating more NPC houses. So that's what we'll be doing. To do that, we're going to have to expand out into the little areas around here, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to find some building materials real quick and start building us some more houses. Do I want to make them brick houses? I think brick houses would be fine. What else do we have by chance? Okay, voodoo dolls, nothing important there. Let's grab this little bit extra wood. Grab this table and these chairs, why not? I also need this chest. I should have put this chest down a while ago. Let's grab the extra stone that we have in here. We'll sort these items out. This copper, I'm going to go put that into our materials chest. We might actually be using that copper at some point, which is funny because of Journey's End. Copper's now actually got a use, a pretty useful use, you could even say. What else? Got a little bit of stuff there. You have to forgive me if you can hear my neighbor over there. He's got kind of a loud vehicle and he's running it at the moment. So you might hear a low rumble or maybe even a loud rumble, depending on how loud he can get. He's not very considerate about that, but there's nothing I can really do. What else do we have in here? I don't think I have anything else. That's surprising. So I have very little wood, which I was hoping I would have more wood. We'll convert this house here into something more suitable in a moment, but we need to start creating a nice little area here to put down a house. So I'm just going to start cutting away at these blocks here. It's much nicer to build when you have faster tools, but currently we just have too many NPCs and we need to get them houses, so that's what I'm going to focus on instead of worrying about getting better tools. And getting more houses is important, as eventually we'll be able to create things like pylons, which are like these new wonderful things you can get from NPCs, allow you to teleport around, among some other things. You have to forgive me as well if this episode is just slightly short, as in I might be doing some things after this, so I might cut it a little bit short. I'm mostly just going to be building some NPC houses, and that's pretty much it. Next time we will definitely be going down into the underworld and creating that boss arena, because that alone will take a large amount of our time. And we definitely don't want to waste too much time if we can avoid it. What do we got here? Okay. And with this, I'm going to create like a little wooden house over here, which I think will be kind of a cool little area near that tree. Maybe put up the Dryad's house over here, who knows. I'll probably be shuffling NPCs around eventually. I'm just trying to create enough houses with enough space so that they can kind of not be so cramped in as they currently are. And kind of give it a little bit more feeling to it. Now we need to go grab some trees, so I'm going to go over here real quick. Grab some trees. I also took off our cloud bottle, of course, because that was just causing problems with our mobility. Strange plant. Let's just grab that. We'll use that to grab some dye in the future. So with the changes with Journey's End, there's just a lot of new cool stuff that you can find and do, and there's of course a journey mode which we haven't even seen and probably won't see until maybe the next playthrough, which will be kind of interesting. I might just show that off in like just an extra video, and same with maybe some of the end game stuff that I've managed to get my hands on, just because some of that stuff takes too long of an investment of time to really show off well in a short playthrough like this, so I want to avoid wasting too much time and just kind of show you guys how to get through this as easily as possible. That's kind of my goal, just to not really do everything, but just to show how to get through some of the tougher bosses, even on expert mode, because I know some people do have some trouble with that. Alright, so now we've got this stuff. Let's start making a little... I want to make this house of wood. Let's make this house wood because we're near the big tree. It would be kind of cool to have that like that. So, of course, with Journey's End, there's now block replacement. As you can see, I don't even have to dig these blocks. I can just put them down. 4, 5, 6. Actually, let me just count these out to make sure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I want to make sure that I've got a floor that is 20 blocks long. Nope. I do want to put that one there. Okay, so I'll put this here. And now we'll go across here. It's 20 blocks long. I feel like this is a comfortable size for a house. And it'll look very stylized. You can, of course, just go with like the average 10 block long house. That should be fine, but I like making it just a little bit bigger, as it'll give us kind of a little bit of design room later on if we want to add trophies or things like that. Here, let's go grab our living wood. Actually, is there any place I could grab some extra wood from that would be different? Oh, we could grab some boreal wood. Yeah, let's go grab some boreal wood. Might as well take the time to actually decorate this place and make it look slightly nice if we're gonna go out of our way like this. This area, of course, here will be another place I change up things, and of course I'm picking up graves, as now graves create graveyards, and those are kind of dangerous, especially in expert mode. If ghosts start spawning, that's pretty bad. Ghosts are kind of a new enemy type that are created in graveyards when you destroy a grave. It's pretty bad. They can kill you pretty easily, especially if you're still in the early parts of the game, early hard mode, or even, of course, before hard mode, like we are. Alright, so, oh, we got slowed. That's unfortunate. So I'm just here to grab some borealis wood. And you can see that our Brain of Confusion is working overtime here. It's doing us a favor. There's also a lot of cool little details in the background now. Didn't used to be there, like that little flock of birds. I don't think that was a thing that you could see before. Let's just fly over here. Okay. I'll grab this tree, this one, that one. Oh, I got cherries out of this tree. Interesting. So yeah, food drops now from trees. There's also a lot of just weird miscellaneous things that you can get from trees now, so cutting down a lot of trees isn't necessarily a bad idea, but you gotta make sure to repopulate so you can keep getting the good wood resources. Alright, I think with 166 wood that should be good for now. I'm mostly just going to use this for roofing, so it kind of gives it a different look. Not really looking for something amazing here. Not trying to revolutionize anything, I'm just trying to add a different spice to it. And we'll go across here. Of course, building will become much easier as we... I just realized I left some walls up here. Will become much easier as we get better tools, so later on in the playthrough I might come back and revisit some of these buildings and kind of make them look better, or more stylized, depending on how I feel, depending on how much time it takes up. I'm kind of taking this episode easy just because some of the things have been going on, and like I said, I might have something to do later on, so I don't want to get into too much here. Let me try out this boreal wood and see how that looks on top. Oh, that looks pretty, actually. I kind of like that. Gives us a nice stylized look here. Then we'll just go like this. Kind of a nice dark brown to complement the house. Now we'll just go like that, just hammer it down. So I'm hammering it twice. You can see I'm just making a little slope. You can make a bunch of different shapes with this to like stylize your buildings, make them look different. I'm just making little slopes to give it kind of a more of a house feel. I need to create some doors. Silly me, I forgot to make some doors. Let's see. Boreal wood doors? No, we just want a normal wooden door. Let's get 2 of those. And real quick, I will craft a workbench. I'll just take that around with me, putting it down and picking it back up as needed. Oh yeah, of course, the major thing for Journey's End is now doors are automatic, so we can actually just close all these doors, and that doesn't matter, because we go through doors the same way NPCs do now. Which means that we can kind of just close them all, have them all closed, and that'll be fine, because we'll just go through them automatically the same way they do. It's a very nice change, and I quite like it a lot. Allows you to put up doors and not have them be such a hindrance, or having to just leave them open, which is also just kind of silly, because that's not really what you do with a door. You don't really leave it open. Alright, now let me make some wood walls here. I'll just fill it in here. I'm just using Smart Cursor, of course, to fill it in like this. I'm not doing anything special. And let me grab a little bit more. There we go. Filled in. Now I'll put up a torch here. And a torch here. I think that covers the lighting of this room. So we'll pick up our crafting bench. And oh, the mechanic has moved in. Alright. So the other thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to make us a nice little paved road. Instead of having our buildings have like dirt in between them, I'm just going to have us have a like little paved road. I think that'll be kind of cool. So we want to put 20 blocks in between. So NPC houses now must be 25 blocks apart. And I'm pretty sure that's from table to table. In other words, the table that they sit at. So because she's got like this little buffer area here, this 20 blocks will make it so it's fine. And then we'll make another little house. Another little shack. It's not going to be anything special. Let's see, do I want to make this one out of wood or do I want to make it out of stone? I think we'll make this one out of stone. So let me pick this back up. We'll just go up like this, over like this. Okay. So because we've put 1 for the wall here, we're only going to count on 19. That's just kind of how we can make sure that we're making this place the correct dimensions. You can, of course, just use the ruler tool, as I stated before, so if we wanted to actually count it across, we could do it that way. So from here to across here should be 20, it's exactly 20, we're good. And then from here to the table it's like 30, so we're perfectly fine there. Put that here. And while building, this ruler tool is, to me, indispensable. I think it's probably one of the coolest things you can have around. And now just to count it out. Oh, we have 23. Weird. Why do we have so much extra? So, 1, 2, 3, 20. Okay. Weird. I'm not sure why there was so much extra there, but it's not necessarily a problem. And we can just kind of go around it by creating a little bit more space. Easy. Easily done. Of course, our house here should be exact measurements 23. Why is that 23? Huh. 30. And then I guess this is also 23. Yeah. Weird. So there's like 6 extra blocks there. Oh well. Not necessarily a big issue. Let me just pave the little road here. It doesn't even pick up like the torches and whatnot on top of it. It just removes the grass because, of course, the grass can't exist on top of the stone that I'm putting down here. We're gonna have to remove that sunflower, but that's okay because we'll just take it and we'll put it over here instead, right next to the opening to this house. Make it simple. And now our mechanic's got a nice little house, so I'm sure she's happy about that. We'll remove her out and put her somewhere else eventually because she doesn't really fit the wooden house here, but that's okay. We don't have to worry about it at this exact moment. I need to grab some doors. Grab 2 doors. We'll put up some torches here. Did I make this house 23? No, that one's exactly 20. Weird. Again, not sure how I miscounted previously, but hey, that's what the ruler tool is nice for now, so that we can count exactly. So we'll use this boreal wood for our roofs, because I think it actually looks kind of nice. It gives it kind of a log style look, or maybe even like a shingled look. It's very orderly is what I'm saying, so I like it. I'll go like this, like that. There we go. And we'll put up some torches on the outside of these houses too, so that kind of gives us a nice aesthetic. Put it up like that. Let me just make sure that there's nowhere I can, okay, I can put 1 torch right there in between. Perfect. Let me just make some stone, oh, no, we've got stone walls. Put these down. Perfect. Let me craft a little table and chair here. Alright, I'll put a table down. And let me move this chair in the correct direction. There we go. We'll take the mechanic and we'll put her in there instead. We'll take the dryad and we'll put her over there. So let's see. What am I going to do here? So that's kind of what I'm going to do on this side, and I might do the same thing on this side over here, and then I might just like expand up here a little bit and maybe put like a roof on top of our little fort. I think that's what I'll do. I'll do that probably in between episodes, and then next time we'll start creating our boss arena for the Wall of Flesh. I'll definitely show off the building that I've done next time, but I think I'm going to call it here because, like I said, I got those things to do. So until then, goodbye.